Welcome to Disclosures with Peter the Insider and Jessica Arael Morocco. The ACIO has a long history of helping humanity from the deep recesses of time. This is the first time the ACIO has become available to the public, aside from an earlier visitation by their 15th Division, the Wingmakers. Peter the Insider, originally from Slovakia, is the director of their 12th Division, and Jessica Arael Morocco is in Cicada 3301, their 6th Division. Together, they provide intel, insights on current events, a deeper perspective on aliens and UFOs, super soldier missions with Unit 374 in the Merge, and news relevant for disclosure. Don't forget to subscribe to keep updated with our latest intel and post any questions and comments below.
Here we go. Here we go.
Okay. This is absolutely crazy, pretty much, what we are having here. Oh my God, these crazy filters. Ah.
Yeah, so
So long story short, I need to go for like 2-3 minutes because I need to get my guns from the filters cleaners, you know. So just 2-3 minutes and I will be back.
Okay.
So you're gonna ask something?
Well, yeah, I was, obviously the most important thing I was gonna go through, just kind of what, just meeting with Peter at the beginning and then him telling me kind of what was on my files and that really being what I was looking for, the information, the missing information. And I was actually gonna ask him about Troy Marshall, because I know that on an episode you guys were doing about the Black Ops 6 game, he said that my true identity was Troy Marshall from that game. So
Yeah.
I was gonna ask about that and just give some more more information about that.
I want to ask him about Arn too.
Yeah, because I'm obviously going to be talking talking about the Templars, and going to bring up my connections with that, and then like my past lives, and I just am going to talk about that, and then like how it's relevant like today, obviously, because they were Gnostic, and knew about reincarnation, and I obviously reincarnated, like knowing like being a Templar before, and then like continuing on the mission, of taking down the church, of doing that because that's what the Templars were trying to do.
And plus, then we saw your image in that same image in the this is the movie.
Yeah,
It's crazy. The picture looks so much like you.
yeah, it does. Yeah, I saw that. The beard and everything is it's pretty much right on. But it's like obviously this is like a soul awakening, where I'm one of the souls, that because I know when we get on the other side, like we choose to drink from the river Lathe, which is it's how much we remember when we come back, and some souls choose to drink more of the river, and some choose to drink less, so they remember more when they come back. And
Ralph and I wanted to do a special on Arn and how we went to this museum in Denmark, and then, you know, talk about that, how you're connected to it, like add you to that part of it, if with your permission, you know.
Yeah, that definitely got my permission to do that.
We would like to get it, you know, we'll see what Peter has to say about it, and we can insert that part into it. And
I just like, I also want to ask him too about the you know, the Templar ring that I got, you know, this Templar ring that the guy came up and gave me, you know, and it's a official Templar ring, you know, with the, and I want to know what that was about too. I mean, the guy pretty much said, he's like, this has protection, is what he said to me.
I was feeling my Madame Blavatsky, I've been feeling like some of my health issues were related to her life, because that was me in a previous life. Sometimes it bleeds through, like, you know, health problems, injuries, all that kind of stuff. And then I was kind of picking up your connection to the what do they call it? Not just the Knights Templar, but Ascended Masters.
Yeah, definitely have that connection for sure. I mean, I have dreams being contacted by them, and have been in that realm where they are, and have always had that connection.
That might be you and I, our connection, like how we get along really well, like we've known each other.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
I'm lifetime after lifetime, because you talking about Madame Blavatsky, like I just know that I had a lifetime, obviously, in the Thule Society, and you know, back then, and may have even been SS, but like I don't know if I was exterminate. Like, I want to dig into that more too, about seeing what's going on with that, because the SS were, you know, the Templars. That's what they molded them from. You know, was a continuation of.
Okay, so we've got too many things to go through.
Wow. Okay.
Not some. Many of them you will be unlikely.
What, not like it?
Yeah.
Well, I always, you know, hear the bad news first, so.
Yeah, you don't like the stuff. Give me a second. I got. Hey, Jessica, did you? What? You didn't give me Anthony's data, I think. Did you? What the heck?
Date of birth and all that? I figured you already had it.
Yeah, I sent it over to you, and my.
Yeah, no. I've got it. Okay, my bad. So this is the window. This is correct window. We need to be in. Okay. Oh, yo, that's not okay. You will not like it. Long story short, this is the situation, if we wanna call it that way. Oh, no, long story short, there is another client of ours. You are always with her doing crazy crap with, let's call it unpredictable and hallucinogenic and pathological substances. You was pretty much co-creator of LSD, just by the way. In 60s, late 50s, early 60s, yeah. And there was this professor, aka Dr. Cherny, in Czech. In English, it is, I mean, technically, okay, surnames shouldn't be translated, I think. Should they? I don't know.
Black. It's Dr. Black.
Black. It's translation, but I think surnames shouldn't be translated. Or tell me.
I don't know. That's up to you for.
So Cherny, it's his surname, Martin Cherny, and technically both of you was like the most talented and gifted students for experimental chemistry. And you started experimenting with a highly experimentative and this is it, highly experimental and unstable, unpredicted behaving substances once you was 14 and she was 12. Just by the way.
Okay, was that like my participation in that, like, was that to help like map out consciousness, you know, like
yeah, because technically LSD wasn't in the very start, it wasn't supposed to be a drug, but in order to, because you know, the biggest mystery, our organ in human body, brain, without any room for discussion. And scientists wanted at that time, of course, they wanted to at that nowadays, but at that time, because you know, Cold War and you know all the circumstances, the situation was how quoting brain is quoting quotes working to map the brain, and not only map the brain because they know pretty much the structure, physical structure of the brain, but once you fell asleep, once you are in also called sleep paralysis, once you are awake and lucid dreams and on, you know what I mean, vivid dreams. So they want to get map, as you said, I don't know, either you Anthony or you Jessica, map of human consciousness. So okay, this is not a big deal, like yeah, we can see through eyes, we can hear through ears and on, not a big deal. They are our organs. But how is it possible that our brain is something like a computer, okay? But vice versa, because computer is working, okay? And we can see via monitor, via screen, we can hear some sort of noises. I don't want to say noises, sounds, but technically it is some sort of vice versa, computer turned upside down, okay? Too many inputs and complete output is our consciousness. So LSD, in very original, very early stage of experiment, shouldn't be a drug, hallucinogen. It should be a powerful tool for mapping humans' consciousness.
Can I ask something too? Because what I like found out through finding the unveilers, which are part of the Pythagorean Illuminati, they actually talked about adrenochrome and what it actually does, like what the elite actually use it for, and it's actually for accessing a whole nother like reality called Omega World. And I was wondering if
sorry, Anthony, it is like you are in alpha, beta, like state of mind, and omega state of mind. It is you can shift yourself literally to another reality, another dimension, and you can choose to which reality, which timeline, and which dimension you will go.
I experience this consciously because.
But give me a second, I will tell you something. You need to use combination, very goddamn dangerous, life-threatening combination. What we know in other clients of ours, he mentioned plenty of times, multiple times DMT. But in order to get it like full experienced, it is a goddamn dangerous mix of a DMT and LSD. It's very dangerous. You need to know.
The adrenochrome is very bad because you're killing a child to get it.
Yeah, I heard that they mix DMT and adrenochrome together, you know, to.
I know.
It's murdering a child in the process.
But and one time I was at a school in California, and it was actually an executive protection school, and this guy kind of comes up and approaches me, and he has this dog, and he's just a kind of like a laid back guy, but he basically he asked me to go to the bar with him. I went with the bar, hang out with him. He took me back to his room, and then he had a whole bunch of drugs, you know, and he was like a millionaire too, and he
it is extremely expensive process, expensive, extensive, complicated process, and it is not just we can do it. I don't know, like for example, okay, we are here right here right now, and it will, oh no, for example, it will be like 20 minutes, maybe, for example, okay, half hour. No, it is like okay, half day, maybe 1-2 days, according or let's say depending how experienced are you in the whole process. You know what I mean? It's kind of complicated.
So we can start creating drugs, or why is this big extensive conversation on drugs?
Well, I just wanted to just finish my experience because I literally did. I shifted because he gave me a DMT pen, and what happened was I took it and I like shifted into another reality where we weren't even there. We were in a high-rise skyscraper, and he was like,
I want to ask you, sorry for interrupting you, Anthony. The situation is, I am reading Anthony's files, okay? The thing is, during that, or let's say within that, there are many stuff. They are literally closely connected to the substances. Let's call them substances. We cannot avoid the topic at any cost. Okay, this is how it is. What the heck should I do?
But were you going to tell people how to create it and mix it and sell it? I mean,
No. I'm just saying.
So let's, because this cannot be something that we're looking like we're selling or contributing, or that we're teaching people how to do it.
No. I'm not saying what. I am just saying basic stuff, and it is extensive process, and that was pretty much it, because it is not more detailedly in-depth specified here. It is not. It is simply not here specified here how to do it. No, it is not. I'm just saying.
So who was the man with the dog?
Yeah, that because he did approach me, and then he gave me this pen, and then that's actually the first time I took.
I will tell you who is man with the dog. Paul Serene. That's the man with the dog. And it's Paul Serene. You know.
Well, yeah, because he just came out of nowhere, like gave me this DMT. I basically went through the tunnel. I had like Arcturians standing around me, and I had an experience, and then that was that. But I didn't know that was Paul Serene.
Yeah.
Where did he actually take him, Peter?
Even. Give me a second. Odd dimensions are good. I mean, of course. Okay. We are exception. We are bad dimension. Three dimension or third array density, but fifth 5 dimension, fifth array density, seventh, and on and on and on. Okay, this is it. It is good, and even all the even dimensions are very, and I mean very bad ones. You will not gonna, if you will be stuck there or make a mission, even small mission, and not thanks God, not huge operation. It will be like let's say tour through the hell. Believe me, it is goddamn crazy. So this is the reason why they are going to 7th or and so on dimensions. And once they are talking about 8th or 6th or who the heck knows 10th dimension, this is exactly what we talked about with our another client. It is dicey because, you know, those entities can be very good, very fine, and then in one trip and another trip they can be goddamn vicious, bad and vicious. You know, you don't wanna what? You don't wanna meet them and cross their path, if you know what I mean.
He compared it as going on a good date or a bad date. He said when you take a drug,
but once date will be bad date. Yeah. I am talking about a very bad date, okay?
He works with dead bodies and stuff.
Yeah, and he said, nah, you will get used to it. I'm like, no, I will not get used to it.
Yeah, he said some of them are horribly, like it's the DMT, the machine men or whatever they call them there. He says that sometimes the what?
Machine elves.
Machine elves, yeah. So when you go in there, he says that sometimes they're like very funny, and then sometimes they can be absolutely cruel, like horribly cruel. And Peter said that
that's 100% true. 100% true.
That's
when I was going into another dimension when I took this DMT. I remember going through this tunnel of night and feeling like this fear because I was going like through hyperspace. And then this fear took over me. And then all of a sudden I felt this calm take over me. And then I heard telepathically, it's okay. Like, you're okay.
What?
My. And then I had these two beings standing right next to me. And I believe that they were Arcturian. Like, that is what happened when I took it.
Do you think maybe that the Arcturians rescued him out of what Paul Serene wanted to do?
It actually might be the case, because it is not closely specified just by the way, you know.
Yeah, I know they've been like with me throughout my whole life because I've been involved in my labs and Black Ops, and I know that they've been like healing me and you know, through this. So
it might be the case, yeah.
Yeah, because I know that Monarch would not give you a calming.
Oh, Monarch definitely not. Believe me, definitely not. Monarch not. Monarch definitely not.
They would lock you up somewhere and you know, start doing experiments or whatever.
Yeah.
So you're lucky. You're fortunate that they were there for you.
I tend to be lucky.
Yeah, this is absolutely crazy what you are saying. And this is actually everything of this here. It kind of, I don't know what the heck should I think about this. Because this is what is written here, and they write it, they are making this stuff like, what? In order to pay our people, in order our people to bring, my bad. In order, oh my God, this is written in ancient Sumerian. This sentence it doesn't make sense. Okay. In order to make payback for our fellow friends, justice need to be done. Oh my God, Jessica, you know what I'm talking about. Justice need to be done.
Mm-hmm.
But you know this sentence. You know this sentence
From another guy, a young guy, said that.
I don't like this. Nope. This is not okay.
Why? Why?
Because justice need to be done. It's really bad saying, if you know what I mean.
I mean, I don't
It
know.
has to do with
That's what I think needs to be done.
Well, it has to do with Safi. Safi's a shapeshifter that's with Maxine, and they're merged, and they are lovers, but then they get in fights, and then one of Maxine tries to kill Safi, and then she tries to protect Safi, and then Safi tries to Maxine tries to kill our whole team. She kills our whole team.
Yeah, this is you almost forgot one little detail.
Yeah, no, I don't forget that. I know that she tried to kill it. Well, she did kill all of us, right?
Yeah.
She shot all of us.
Yeah, because she got weird, let's say, arousement in intimate encounter. They love to hear another people dying. Sorry, I shouldn't laugh.
Oh.
So Safi is in Life is Strange, double exposure. She dies, and then Maxine keeps bringing her back to life. And every single person we've talked to, Peter goes over this point because I think he's trying to find the involvement of what happened.
Yeah, exactly. You got it.
All right. So what does Anthony have to do with the storyline? So justice needs to be done is a little boy that was 6 years old, and then an older boy that's like 14 or so. And the older boy says, "Here, take a gun and you shoot him."
But the problem is, you said justice need to be done because you believed that she is not android/robot. Okay? And you said that she is not RA, like a robot, AI, robot driven by AI. And the stuff is, yeah, that's her. You injected her with, you injected her with the drugs. And she said, your tricks are not working on me because they said that I am mentally off, psycho, and emotionally dull. Oh my God. What is that? What is that?
He is a robot. I don't care what anyone says.
No, she said that, and then she started to behave erratically, and I am saying erratically. Oh my God, this is not okay. And you was like, guys, do something, because I am here and I am just observing the situation. I am not in charge of the project. And he was like, hey, they were like, hey, but you are a soldier, just do something. And you said, no, this is your private playground. I am here from the OD. I can't do anything. You've got the training, you idiot. It is written here, you know. It is like a transcript of the conversation. And you said, I don't want to get involved. And she started to, oh my God, no. No, this is not okay. She started to hunt Ruvik. No, Jessica, this is not okay.
And she could do that because she's a robot. That's what I said. Sophie, the robot, she's Middle Eastern. It's all, everything is right there.
But give me a second. Ruvik, what? Jessica, this is not okay. Ruvik somehow came to life in real body. What?
We already know that because we met him.
No. He went to life as life, if you know what I mean.
No, I don't know what you mean.
How in the world is that possible? And he was moving via teleport. What the is that?
Connected to Joe. You said it.
Yeah, but Joe. I'm just saying. Oh my God, this is not okay.
What happened with Ruvik?
He came to life. He went to life.
Definitely had some encounters with Ruvik.
But give me a second. This is crazy.
But Ruvik was originally alive, and then he got taken into the My Lab and tortured.
And the situation was, I definitely cannot read what is written here. I cannot read what is written here. Now, the situation is, she said a lot of inappropriate words about him. Sophia said a lot of inappropriate words about him. And she started to chase him like a crazy. Okay, and now it makes sense. And Merlin came to the scene. Dark Merlin. Do you know which one, which type of dog it was?
What type?
Do you remember that, Jessica?
Was it the Conicorso, or I don't know? You said like some exotic dogs that I'm not familiar with.
Yeah, Conicorso. He's huge. And she stopped because she was some sort of mesmerized by him. Oh my God, this is not okay.
Safi was mesmerized by the dog?
Yeah. Because he knows, you know, animals are not stupid. Animals are not stupid.
Yeah, he shut down her program for a while.
And she was like, something like that, you know, stares at him like a crazy. But dog didn't bark, nothing. Was just standing and staring at her like, do you really want to cross my path? You idiot. You know, something like that. And he was like, Anthony was like observing the whole situation, and he was like, okay, did I miss something? This is crazy situation I ever saw. It's like, she was standing, give me a second, armed with 45 caliber pistol, okay? HK, you know, heckler call, like HK 45 caliber pistol. And like I'm calling it, okay, big boy gun, you know. And she was just some sort of, let's say, as I said, mesmerized or something like that, you know. And dog was there, standing, looking at her, staring at her. She was like completely freeze. And you tried to figure what was going on in the whole situation. And all of those and other academy members, Umbrella, Monarch Academy, Monarch Umbrella, who the heck cares, they ran from her away because she was in rage mode. And once someone is in rage mode, we as You know, soldiers in military, we know what does it mean. So you was just looking at the whole situation and it was like, what in the world is going on right now? And you don't want to intervene because, you know, very powerful dog, and tension was literally like out there. I mean, it is only video, but I can see it, okay? And I am like, oh my God, this is not okay. And then one's dog like kind of felt, okay, this is a lesson for you. And he just normally, slowly walked away. And as I said, she was like, quote unquote, turned off or something, and heavy breath, like, and you just make few steps towards her and asked her, hey, young lady, was this type of situation really necessary? And you make a movement, you know, with your hand. And she was smart enough to give you the pistol, you know what I mean. She was smart enough, without any sort of hesitation. This is next level craziness. Oh my God. What is going on, Jessica, in those files? Do you have any idea?
It's like she's a what do you call it? Like you know when you get a virus in a computer?
Yeah, I know. It is something happened.
So and then she went by your house and she
Oh my God, that was absolutely crazy. You know, I know you are in US, Anthony, but we've got very similar law system as in US, here in Land Down Under in Australia. Look, we've got many guard dogs. They are great family pets, but once they are all around us, but once they are activated in guard mode, unwanted, quote unquote, guests will not end up well. And the stuff was, both of them, Safi and Maxine, because they approached our house and I was like, okay, maybe they can want to talk, no problem. I called the dogs off and then Jay very loudly knocked on the front door. I was like, oh, what the heck is going on here? Now I just opened the door. And I asked, hey, what do you want, girls? I am not the girl anymore. I am a woman. Oh my God. Sophia, what is going on? I want to talk. We need to talk. Maxine said, I was like, whoa, what are you talking about? Not with you. With Chloe. I was like, okay. And Chloe approached the hallway, the door, and she said, no, there is nothing to talk about with you anymore. And she said, Sophia said, like, you traitor. And Max said, I hate you. Just slammed the door. But give me a second. Golden nail was, they called police on us. On our own private property. Oh my God. On our own private property. They called police on us. This is crazy. And I will tell you, once I will not call off the dogs, they will end up terribly wrong. I've got Cane Corso. We've got Dogo Argentino, you know. Chloe has Presa Canario, Dogo Presa Canario, you know, and all kind of, we've got Rhodesian Ridgeback. They are rough dogs. No room for play, if you know what I'm trying to say. I call them off because like, okay, they may just friendly talk, no problem. Oh my God.
I have a question. I have a question for you that I'm looking to get some more information on. Yeah, like I remember you did a show a while back with Jessica, you know, and you guys were talking about Black Ops 6. And
Yeah.
You know, you had said on that show, because you are Case on that show. And
and you are Troy, just by the way.
yeah, and you had said that I was Troy Marshall, and when I was
Yeah.
playing the game, I like it was crazy because I was like, this feels like it's real, like this really happened.
Give me a second. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Like so many people, and that's the problem actually. Many people aren't taken as serious. Okay, they simply not. On one hand, but on the another hand, there is another situation. I am just warning them, guys. You have certain recalls, certain memories. Don't see this TV show, those TV shows. Don't see those movies. Don't play those video games. Otherwise, you will be activated, and it will not end up well with you. And then, once certain video games, TV shows, or movies activate them like that, and it turned their lives ruined their lives. It turned them to chaos, to misery. And I was like, or I'm like, what? Hey, I warned you and you didn't took it serious. What the heck should I do anymore?
I like with me, like I believe, like because of my spiritual practices and stuff, I'm able to like keep control of myself as I'm having my memories come back and having like total recall, because I am like remembering. Like,
and I want to ask you, how many people are making spiritual practices? They will say that it is a total piece of crap because nothing of this work. Of course, I know that it works 100%. It's fine, but try to convince them that it works. Not me, not Jessica. We know, both of us. We know.
I mean, like, yeah, that's what I know has made the difference in my life. Like with dealing with all this is just having my time where I'm meditating, I'm working on my soul, and that's I've noticed that I just like I don't have many like I don't get cut marks, I don't get bruises, but I know that other people do, you know, and so like I think that what I'm doing is like protecting me. And like you even said too, Peter, like I don't need them anymore. Like you said that I'm like broken off from them or something.
Yep, that's correct.
Like free, like kind of
no, yeah, that's correct. But I'm just saying, those people don't know if they are so skeptical, or they are only focusing themselves to, and this is it, to what they consider to be as real life. Because hey, look, be serious. What is real and what isn't real? Because look, it is, I mean, for many people will be like, nah, this is next level crap, I will turn this off, I mean this video. But I'm saying how it is. It is exactly as a Matrix movie. Real, what is real? It is like if real is what you can see with your eyes, hear what you with your ear, or I don't know, smell via your tongue, or maybe, you know, feel through your skin, then really nothing more than electromagnetic, you know, impulses interpreted by your brain, and this is it. Is this real or isn't this real? I mean it for real, okay? Like, is this real life, or is this just a simulation?
Okay.
Peter, is this also, is Anthony as Troy Marshall, is this also another aspect of him, the Captain America?
Yeah.
The Captain America program, right?
Oh, yeah, not Captain America. Captain America program. Yeah.
Yeah, but is he this character or another character?
This character, yeah. Correct.
Okay.
I know that the reality that we're living in, that we accept as real, isn't what's real. And like, I've obviously accepted that. So, but like,
but look, it is not okay to say that. I'm just calling it. It is politically incorrect to say that, because people will like look at you like, what? This is crap. Despite you, give me a second. Despite you are right, people will be, how can I say it, overdosed with information and completely mind blown. They will not get it. I'm just saying.
I understand, but that is because they're projecting the commonly agreed upon reality, which people...
you get it. This is it. Commonly agreed. Yeah, commonly agreed.
I'm not reality anymore. I'm outside of it. Like that's outside of social consciousness. You know.
You get it, but I was trying to get the correct term for it, and you nailed it. You nailed it. Commonly agreed definition of reality. Because look, what is normal? For example, I'm just saying, okay? Come on a second. For example, if you are on the table full of people, after eating, you'll make, pardon me, okay? It's bad habit in a Western civilization, but if you will make it in China, for example, it is the best way how to say thank you to people they made a meal. I am not kidding you. This is how it works in China. Different part of the world, different you know what I'm trying to say, different way how to say thank you, or what is good, what is bad, or what is considered to, do you know what I mean? Jessica, say me, am I right or am I not?
Yeah, but I don't know where we're going with this conversation.
No, I'm saying what is true or what isn't true.
It is true. In different cultures, they have different, ways of expressing appreciation at the dinner table, and saluting in different ways and all that, with the drink. And
but give me a second. This is it what I'm saying. This is it what I'm saying. What is good and what is bad, and what is real and what isn't real. I'm just saying, because, for example, okay, there are ultra and infra sounds. There is a range what we can hear and the range of what we can see. But does it necessarily mean once something is out of our, for example, eyes range to see, those type of quotes lights doesn't emit, they don't exist? And the same story with sound? No. Look, for example, okay, dogs can how they got crazy range of what they can hear, but at the most what they can smell. I'm just trying to say. And can we say 100% nah, there is no scent? And how in the world is possible that dog he will run for miles because he can get the smell. Do you know what I mean? The trail of the smell. And this is it. Is it this because it is not powered or part of our reality, the scent, I mean the smell, but it is part of dog's reality, and vice versa. We've got certain way how our eyes can see. Dogs have limited parts of types of color what dogs can see, but they've got great sense of smell. You know what I'm just trying to say. You know,
but it has to do too with like expanding your brain. You can see your consciousness. You know, those people that are expanding their conscious more are able to see more of reality of what's going on, which I'm definitely into expanding my consciousness. And so
this is exactly it. Once you will go here and down under in very distant, you know, remote part of Australia, there are huge opal mines, and they are calling it black light, and it's like how light can be black, literally. Okay, there is night, nothing, pure nothing, no full moon or something like that. You have certain, it looks different, it emits light, but these lamps, light of this lamp looks different, and it is specific type of light developed only for one thing: emit lights that you can see opals. What is absolute crap, because on daylight you will be not able to see those type of opals. You know what I mean? And that is our, you know what I mean, quotes in quotes, not part of our reality. Do you know what I mean? On the daylight, I'm trying to say. I saw those lamps, hand lamps, and on daylight you will just click them, no light. And I was like, what is this lamp for? It doesn't work. And he said, nah, you want to see black light? And I was like, light can't be black, it's crap. And he said, come on with me, I will show you. Pure like nothing, like night, nothing. I mean, like no single, let's say, no single particle of light, nothing. You know, like no single source of light. You just click on this lamp, very weird type of light, and opals will glow. They are very nice. And I'm like, oh my God, this is crazy. And this is what I'm trying to say. Is this part of reality? I mean, let's say, isn't this part of reality just because we cannot see those opals normally?
Like, can I say something about realities and stuff? Because like you have said, is that we are merging with a reality where the access one.
That's correct.
And with the drones in the air, you know, I realize that this is part of the merge, right? This is part of the merging with that.
Merging. Yeah. You get it. Yeah, that's correct. It's correct.
Yeah. Because with the drones that have been, you know, I've been followed around by those since I woke up to being a super soldier. Because the black helicopter phenomena I've identified as the drones too. It's the same thing, because they're always following me around everywhere that I've gone for the past 12 years. And now they're finally seeing them, you know, they're showing them on the TV and stuff. So I'm seeing that reality is now bleeding through. And then, but what I've also seen too is in my dreams is I've seen them pull off Project Bluebeam. Because I was in my dream. I'm like in my, I see like a tentacle creature in the air, and it's like just there, and I'm just like, holy shit, this looks real. And then I see those drones and stuff all around it, like fighting it, like and fighting it. And then I believe I was witnessing Project Bluebeam. And then part of that dream too is also me getting approached by Kruger. Like Kruger approaches me, and they literally like land in my front yard, and they approach me, and I think that's like a debriefing that's happening, like when this event happens. Like I'm putting all this together, like a little, like a future premonition that's gonna happen as things unfold. Is that what's gonna happen?
Kind of looks like that.
So definitely,
and all of your files are so closely connected to drug cartels, to making another types of substances that are suitable for total mind wiping.
Did Paul Serene do all of that when he was around him? That was one thing he was able to do is pull Anthony, and I'll say Jay, with him. We'll call her Jay.
Jay, yeah, Jay.
Into the whole phenomena where they're working for them, and does he have a split?
This is important. They didn't do it deliberately. They did so because they were forced to do so. This is important.
You mean Anthony and Jay didn't do it deliberately?
Anthony and
Jay.
And Jay. Oh yeah. This is crazy. Oh my God.
This is so what Monarch did do to her was split her in half. Like had her operating in two timelines. So there's a good aspect of her and a bad
aspect. Yeah.
And the bad aspect is stealing things for them, is working with the cartels, was trafficking. There was a lot of like horrible things that were happening.
That's been done to me too.
Is Anthony in the similar program?
Yeah, absolutely the same case scenario.
He's got a bad aspect of him that's running.
Yeah, this is exactly what I'm trying to say.
Jeez.
This is what You look. It is not because if it will be, or if it was the situation, like he actively was asking for something like that in order for a favor for something. Nope. He was forced to do so. Otherwise, it was life-threatening situation. Okay. So
what age did this happen? Because with her, it happened very early.
Yeah. In Anthony's case, we are talking about being 4 years old.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
He was barely able to realize what was going on, and technically, because in that kind of early age, you cannot fully comprehend what does it mean. How can I say it? Gone, like being dead. So they threatened that they will kill your pets. You've got the cat and what is it? Jack Russell as dog. There. And then once you go, you've been 6 years old, 6.5. Oh my God, this is disgusting. They get you on a trip chair and they made on you near death experience. Oh my, this is.
I'm pretty sure. I remember at 6 years old being my life. Yeah, that's what it is. Is just like all the suppressed stuff that the trip chair has, wiped from my mind. But it was funny because I was actually watching Paycheck the other day, and they'd show the trip chair and that, and getting your mind.
What? Give me a second. What? This is next level craziness. Oh my God.
What is it?
No, because technically you went through to the tunnel and they deliberately made you end up in hell. Oh my God.
What?
And it was so real, despite it was just a quote unquote experience, if you know what I mean. Which kind of experience are we talking about? That you was that hot. I mean, like hyperthermia, you know, that because you believe that you are burned. I mean, you know, surface of your skin that it is burned or something like that. And then they said ice cold, like zero emotions, zero. Okay, guys, I think that this is enough. Otherwise, we will get his brain cooked. Oh my God, this is so crazy.
So is he connected to Geronimus Bosch?
Yeah.
Oh my God, do you know who that is?
No,
Tell
I
me.
don't.
He's the artist that I'll show you.
You told me when we first talked about my files that I almost died. Like, and that's got what the, you know, what Mobius or Murkoff is doing with like soul extraction is instigating near death experiences so they can capture souls, right?
Yeah, Hieronymus Bosch. He is crazy. Look
He-
at that. Look at this picture. This is crazy.
That's his images of hell.
This is image of hell. This is crazy.
Oh, whoa. Yeah.
We've been to that museum. That's a crazy museum.
What do you think? I think he was on something too.
Yeah, he's obviously on some kind of DMT or adrenaline.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can get.
But I mean, he was actually accessing that though. So that's exists.
Look at that.
This is not okay. This is not normal. Don't try to tell me that this is normal. No, Jessica, no.
This is Anthony. Anthony, I've seen your work. This is crazy.
I mean, yeah, that is crazy. I mean, yeah, that gives me an eerie feeling.
Look at that.
That's
This is. Look. If someone will say that this guy was okay, nah, I will highly doubt so.
I heard two names. One was Geronimus Bosch, and then I heard Dante's Inferno. And the one person we talked to earlier, he also goes by the name of Dante.
Yeah.
Hey,
so
but
from programs,
Dante's Inferno, the road to paradise begins in hell. So
yeah, no, give me a second, stop. Anthony's right.
But
yeah,
it's having the near-death experience and then coming back out of it, which is what do they call? That's another super soldier thing too. When they have like not total recall, but when they die and then they come back again.
Revive, total revive. It is not total recall, but total revive. Yeah,
There's
it
another,
is.
He's something soldier. There's another kind of soldier term for.
You mean like soldaten?
No, universal soldier.
Universal soldier. Yeah, that's true.
Yep.
That's it. Yeah. I mean, I've been actually studying Dante's Inferno through the Pythagorean Illuminati. Like they've been talking about it and understanding the 9 circles of hell and all the different things, and they just go through each of the levels. Yeah.
I I also saw Anthony. I mean, take a look at this picture, Peter. This is in history. This is related to the Knights Templar stuff that Anthony likes, or he's very drawn to. Look at it. It looks like Anthony.
Yeah, it looks. Yep.
So he was a Knight Templar. He was Swedish.
Yeah.
Sent to the Holy Land, and he has all these different situations. But it's interesting because he was able to interact with the enemy, or the I don't know if it's the Ottoman Empire or who he was dealing with, and they respected him. They didn't kill him, and he helped to make agreements on some level. So I thought that was quite a story. Do you know much about this, Peter?
Nope.
Anthony's.
Why?
Well, I didn't know. I mean, can you confirm that this is Anthony? Because it sure does look like him.
I mean,
no, I can't.
I definitely have the connection with the Templars because, past life memories. I remember being in a castle and it was being sieged. It was just flaming rocks were coming and just slamming into the castle, and we were escaping, and I actually figured out that the Templars, they escaped. They went to Castle Montségur, to have their last stand and stuff like that. And I believe that I was there because I was experiencing it. And then this is what happened too, was I was giving a presentation last summer at the conference at the Full Disclosure Now conference. And then this guy, as I'm reading, from my book, talking about man shall rise against brother, but then shall come forth the sons of the morning, giving their edict to the children of men, telling them to stop striving against other, for only thus can you come to the light. And then right when I said that, this guy comes out of the audience and just has like all these amulets on his chest, and he spoke Latin, like fluent Latin to me. And I didn't know it was Latin. I thought it was light language, but it was actually Latin. And then he gave me this ring. And it's a Templar ring. It has the skull and bones. It has the Templar cross right there.
I know. What does it mean? I know.
So, what's it mean, Peter? Like, what? Who was? Because he came up to me, gave me this. He said it had much protection, and then I told him. I talked a little bit of numerology with him. I was like, I wrote my book with 33 chapters in it, to represent the 33 degrees.
Yeah, no, I understand what you are trying to say.
He's like, well, that's 33 is not it, and then he left, and then I never saw him again. So what does this mean? What does this ring mean, Peter?
It was given to you
as like an acknowledgement that I'm.
Yeah, it was given to you by a prophet, if you know what I'm trying to say.
Well, where did he, like, do you know where he came from, or like?
Yeah, from year 6604.
Okay, because you also told me too that the Pythagorean Illuminati is from that time frame too.
Approximately, this is it. But give me a second. This is it. What I'm trying to say, because so many people are saying, "Nah, Illuminati bad. Some sort of society or inner company." Nope, it doesn't work like that. I mean, there are stereotypes. So many people believe that actually something is good and something is bad, and it isn't just like that,
I know that made that way for a reason, to keep people from actually finding them, because I've found
that's 100% true. Yeah, that's correct.
Everybody in the community, once they hear the word Illuminati, like it's a bad thing. But when I found
they are saying, okay, Jewish people, Illuminati and crap, and it absolutely doesn't have anything in common. let's say, which kind of ethnicity or state, I mean, country in the world they came from. Pretty much anyone who has enough wisdom and who is enough open-minded, if we want to call it that way, can be eliminated. Yeah,
that means
go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead, Jessica.
It means illumined ones. That's all.
Illumined ones. Yes. That's
my first radio show that I ever did was on a channel called the Illuminati Network, and they took it down. But it was for the same purpose, to take back the word and the meaning of the illumined ones, because obviously it had gotten dark.
Because it's crap. It is like so many people believe automatically Jewish people are bad people because they want to control world and all kind of that stuff, what is absolute crap. I've got Jewish wife and she's absolutely fine. I just actually, we backtrack her family. They are fine. They are normal. But problem is, once they took her away, she was very small. They were like, what are you talking about? Who is she? And I said, no, there is missing child. And they were like, it looks like they completely wiped their minds. It was like she was never born or something like that.
She doesn't represent all of the Jewish people in the world. She's just one person.
Give me a second. I know, but I'm just saying
you can't. I mean, in honesty, if people listen to this, a lot of people are going to say, "Yeah, but what about?" And they'll have hours and hours and hours of content to prove that there's been problems in the past from a group, whether you want to call them Khazarians or something else.
But Khazarians are not Jewish. It is big difference. It is.
That's a whole other conversation, right? So that's what I'm saying. So maybe we should get off of this topic as well before we look like we don't know what we're talking about.
I know what I'm talking about, and it's very important though, because clearing the name. And because when I found the Pythagorean Illuminati, I didn't get misdirected into the false truth. I found the real truth with finding the Pythagorean Illuminati, who are actually, they've been responsible for the revolutions of the past. Against
this is it, because Pythagoreans are the true Illuminati, not another type of Illuminati. I know what are you talking about. Let's say I know where are you coming from. Yeah, definitely.
I think I think the bad Illuminati were Zetas or some type of
Hey, give me a second. We know,
right,
that every single time once something is bad, it's either Zetas or 12D Pleiades. We know it. Hey, give me a second. We know it.
Yep. So I have a question, Peter. And for me, we had our 88 year mission, right?
That was a mess. Jessica, that was a mess.
Okay. And then we all ended up going into different directions. Like I saw Anthony went back in time to this Arn reality where he was there as Arn and lived as a Knight Templar. I saw.
Just by the way, it's true. Just by the way, yeah.
Right, and so then I and I saw some of the other members go to different locations. Like I think
because they managed to do so. Sorry, Jessica, I need to interrupt you. They deliberately made it in order to spread us worldwide, not worldwide, universal wide, in order to do as much damage as they possibly can, and that's the main part of the problem for me.
You mean to break our team or to separate us?
Of course, hell yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think we kind of got through it.
Wait, Peter, can I ask you something?
Go ahead.
So like, you know, since I do have the Templar connection, I know about, you know, my life in Germany. What was I in the SS? Because
Yep. Yeah, you are right.
like
No, you are right. Why you are asking?
I am Gnostic. I am Gnostic, and I know that the whole Nazi movement was actually Gnostic. That was actually what was behind the whole movement. Obviously, they
look, that is the problem, or was the problem. Situation is or was one thing, and this thing is Gnosticism is about knowledge of pretty much every single stuff, you know. The situation is or was that they misused Nazis. They misused the whole agenda of no, my bad. They misused Gnosticism for their agenda. That is the situation. Look, for example, swastika. It is common symbol in India too.
Yeah, it's an ancient symbol.
Yeah, it's an ancient symbology. It's like 5,000-6,000 years old. But we need to say one thing. It is not 45 degrees turned. It is normally, you know.
It's straight up instead of
tilted. Yeah, it's straight up. My bad. Yeah, it's straight up. Yeah. It is not turned. Yeah. Yeah, you get it. And,
oh, sorry.
And this is the situation. Like, if you messed up with symbols, they are very old, ancient old, with symbology and artifacts, they are old. Yeah. It will end. It never will end up well.
Like, I just want to bring in a point though, because I am actually doing a lot of studying right now and actually understanding Philip K. Dick, who he was actually a Gnostic, and he was in the Pythagorean Illuminati, and his books, you know, were all like The Man in the High Castle, and all his books were all about revealing the true nature of reality and stuff like that, and what's going on. And you know, in The Man in the High Castle, the whole series is about one reality being one way, but then it actually being another when they find that that movie telling about an alternate reality, which is actually what we're experiencing in this reality with the Nazi reality. That's merging.
But
right?
Look what happened with Elon. If you like it or not, we are merging as if we like it or not.
I said that right there, but you said this too, Peter, was it's gonna be better. It's going to be better than what we had before, because, you know, the technology is going to be there and stuff. But it's going to be a better way to live.
Yeah, you are right. But I don't know if so many people will not get scared from the whole agenda situation, you know.
Okay, so I have something to share because you bring up Elon. Elon, yes, you know, he definitely
Elon is Elon. We know.
Connected to the Nazis. I mean, which is, you said that there's a history of their family, but Kanye also has been saying that he's a Nazi, right? And you know who his wife is? Nobody's talked about this. She's one of the original Vril.
Yeah, I know. But give me a second. I know. I will tell you something. He is grandson of Karl Otto Wilhelm von Winterheim. He was the head of 36th SS Commando, also called Edelweiss, just by the way.
So I was gonna ask too, like, what?
No, my bad, Jessica. It was Karl Otto Reinhardt for Winterheim. My bad. This is my bad.
Jessica, Reinhardt is the same as the other Reinhardt?
Which Reinhardt?
Reinhardt, Hadrian?
Reinhard Heydrich. Yeah, but it wasn't the same person. It wasn't the same person.
That's what, yeah, that's what I was asking.
But the first name, it's the same. My bad. My mistake.
Winterheim
Yeah.
is the last name.
Winterheim.
This is the grandfather of Elon Musk.
Yeah, Elon Musk. I am not kidding you.
What about Kanye? How is Kanye connected?
Don't know. Don't ask me.
Or is he's just angry, you know? But his wife, Naka Sensori, is definitely, I recognized her the same way I found Orsic in Russia. From the Vril. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So I had a memory with Kanye West. I was actually in bed with Kanye West and Katy Perry, and then I got up and then I went out to this villa and I looked out and I was on Mars.
It wasn't Mars. It was Area 58. Just by the way, so it wasn't normal Mars situation, but Area 58 situation.
Story of Kanye, is he like a big super soldier, or what's his background?
Yeah, he is super soldier. Yeah, why?
Well, he's in Area 58.
Yeah, I think he's a Gnostic too. Like, I think he's Gnostic.
I know you are right.
Katy Perry too, then must be some kind of, she talks about space.
To be honest with you, I don't know.
Okay.
Also, it's the Manning, like, I don't know, there's something going on with the Manning twins too.
Oh yeah, the football players.
Yeah, like I had this like memory where there was a whole bunch of celebrities and stuff that had a, big orgy.
Wow. So that might have been the P. Diddy's.
Oh yeah. Okay. Now okay.
Jeez. So is P. Diddy? Jeez.
What
is he? Is he in Area 58 too? P. Diddy?
Kind of looks like that.
Well, he's in prison now, or I don't know if he got out of prison. But
sorry. Yeah, P. Diddy, yeah, you are right.
Yeah, that's crazy, Anthony.
Yeah, nah, man, I don't even want to go into what I actually remember, because but I do got some memories of some pretty bad stuff. I just want it to end. I want to do whatever it takes.
Yep. Yeah, they're bad. They're really bad.
Yeah, that's true.
And they do it to females too. Like I think Monarch did that to the merge. It got them all messed up, and other women have contacted me too about this crap.
I feel like the best way to help people though do this is like liberate their souls, from like with knowledge and education, to liberate them, so we're doing the best we can.
Yeah, it's kind of like you have to recognize who you are right here and now, and that you can release all that other crap that they want you to believe who you are, or to affect you in some negative way. And also, you
are goddamn right. You nailed it.
Because Kevin Spacey's bad. You know how Kevin Spacey actually came to Massachusetts.
Yeah, that's true.
He was around the area, and he molested some young boy who was there was a newscaster. She was very well known and she was likable, and her son was in Nantucket, and he molested that kid, and they try to take him to court. He kills everyone that goes against him. Those people are found dead. You know what I mean?
You mean Kevin Spacey? You mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, he is as he is.
Yep. So evil, very, very evil. And then there's the other Aidan Gillen too. I keep an eye on him because he played it's his image that's in Quantum Break.
Yeah.
We still have plenty of time for more information.
Yeah, so I mean, my bad. I can go and on because technically there is a situation. What the heck is this? What the heck? Oh my God. So you've got a high. Okay. Can you remember going after Sueno?
Who?
Sueno.
Can you write it, Peter?
Sueno is the nickname for Alberto Carlos Dormente. Alberto Carlos Dormente. He's very. Give me a second. Sueño. I need to write it. Alberto Carlos Dormente. And
what was the nickname?
Sueño. And he's a real guy. And the situation is it was like after him being killed, I'm talking about, they killed in 1993, help me, this famous guy in Medellin.
Pablo Escobar?
Yeah, after Pablo Escobar was killed, there was some sort of quote-unquote power vacuum, that they simply made here and there and there and here, with power in the cartel, and he is hidden. You cannot get him, or I don't believe so. He's a football player or something like that. I don't know, but actually he's another if you know what I'm trying to say, was into drugs. It is absolutely crazy. Yeah, and Sueño, that is him. Yeah, that's him. Roberto Carlos Perez, maybe, who the heck knows, but his official name was different. Roberto Carlos Perez is the name, the official name, but he got many identities, fake identities. And this is his real identity. Alberto Carlos Dormente is his real identity, and he is originally from from Colombia, and he got second identity, or I don't know which type of identity, in Mexico. And he was about to create small, very organized team and to infiltrate the whole drug cartel, because he got many, and I am talking about many types, small cells of them, infiltrated into police, so you need to back infiltrate them. It was absolutely crazy. Can you remember that?
Well, I mean, actually, I kind of am remembering this because I saw this. I played this game, and when I saw him, I felt like I was involved. Like I felt like I was involved in.
So I'm just saying, because technically this is his real name, Roberto Carlos Dormente.
You played that game in particular?
He wasn't stupid. He was actually smart in chemistry. I'm not kidding you. And the stuff is, or was, they've got, do you remember, or let's say, can you recognize FARC? FIRC? And your task was to infiltrate FIRC. Yeah, FARC. This is it.
Yeah,
exactly.
You said FI, but it's FA.
Sorry, my bad. FI. Yeah, my bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's the Revolutionary Armed Forces of Colombia.
Yeah.
And that's who Anthony was connected
with. And this, just by the way, largest irregular army in the world. Okay, where? But they are still operating. It's crap. They are still operating.
There's a guy by the name of Pedro Antonio Marin, alias Manuel Marulanda. Is that connected to Anthony, or is that one of the?
Actually, you was in his private guard, and you was like private guard. But thanks to your help, he was assassinated. Just by the way.
Manuel?
Pedro.
Yeah.
Pedro Antonio Marin. Manuel, Marulanda.
If you will write FIRC in a wiki, we can get extensive report of it too. Look, it is crazy. It is.
Illegal mining, ransom, kidnap, illegal drugs, extortion.
Yeah.
So like is the mission, against El Sueno, like what is the status of that?
Mission completed with success.
And what was the mission?
Not only against him, against the whole FARC, but you need to completely wipe them out. And I am like completely wipe them out, if you know what I'm trying to say. What actually didn't happen.
Yeah.
It will be a long-term process. Look, it is only 7, maybe 7.5 years once official peace treaty was signed and on. But many people, especially in Colombia, protested that it was loose for a government because so many key people, head people of FIRC were freed from the prison, or they gave them only very symbolic, like, just few years in the prison. I'm just saying, you know what I mean. But that was a good, very important part of your mission, just by the way.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's good. That's good that could be, something could be done about that.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah, I mean, on the game, I played the game, and El Sueno, like you said, yeah, he's a smart, charismatic, like just.
He's not stupid. No, he's not stupid. No.
No, yeah. None of them stupid. They, in order to do organized crime and come up with the ideas that they've came up with delivering and getting past the border and all that.
You need to be very smart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
they're underground tunnels too. They got a whole bunch of them going under the border.
It is not like that. Let's say, I will tell you, it is like the whole network of them. Yeah.
And then some of them, I think, have ET tech. They can jump.
Another part of the whole situation. Yeah, you are goddamn right.
Yeah, there was actually a movie. They talk about these people in South America, and they were jumping across the border, going into another location. It was a cave that.
Damn right.
From it's ancient. It was very old. Yep.
Yeah.
Crazy stuff.
It is as it is,
They need to know what they're dealing with. You have all these people saying, oh, we're going to take care of everything. Yeah, some of it's going to be physical. Some of it, those people that are limited, and then but the ones you can't get are the ones that only super soldiers will be able to stop.
You are goddamn right. You nailed it.
Peter, you told me like when the first time we talked, like I had been on over like 4,000 missions.
Approximately. But we are talking about all kind of the stuff in different timelines. Yeah. And context of existence, and realities and on and on. And we are talking about it in total, if you know what I'm trying to say. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense because I have memories come back from the future, from the past, like actually one memory I had was when I was at a base in like South America in the jungle, and it was like a advanced base, and I was with a team, and we were infiltrating the base, and then we got in a firefight, and then we got captured. And I remember being captured, and I remember walking down this hallway, and the beings behind me were like, they were bigger than me. I could tell that they were bigger than me. And then I looked out the window. I remember there being this trapezoidal window that I looked out, and there's this huge like electromagnetic dish array that was just sitting out there.
Oh my.
And then what happened was I actually escaped. I escaped from the captivity, and then I was like escaping, but then they ended up catching me again. And then I escaped again. And then I met the rest of the team on this transport, old World War II transport. And we
I remember this spot. Oh my god, that was embarrassing, to be honest with you. I mean, like, because it is like, look, I will tell you something, okay? It is like you are brand new desktop/laptop computer, or you've got a brand new smartphone, and you screwed something. Or maybe not you, but you installed software. You believe it is okay, it is harmless. I don't want to say this virus there, but it somehow screwed something. And you need to go into BIOS. And BIOS looks extremely outdated, or /UEFI, because technically UEFI, it's, I don't want to say the same as a BIOS, but very similar to BIOS. And it looks like from Second or even First World War. Yeah, I know exactly what you are talking about.
We took off, and just to finish the memory, we took off in the plane, because we were escaping. And then I remember some ME 262s, some Messerschmitt 262s.
I know exactly what you are talking about, and
that's so crazy. Like, I was like, dude, I'm in World War II right now. I'm like, this is crazy.
No, don't laugh, Jessica. I remember the same crap. I know that. I know.
It's so bizarre. Some of the stuff that you're looking around and saying, where am I right now?
Peter, was that a time travel mission, like back to a Nazi base in South America or something like that?
Yeah. That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I remember that one pretty clearly. Yeah, I also remember being in the trip chair, and Gabriel Kruger standing over me, telling me that what I was doing was saving humanity. As I was obviously getting my memory wiped, sent back in time or something. Like, oh my god.
Wow.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember it. I definitely remember it. So I'm just like, I don't know. Like, I once again, I think I'm waiting again to be approached, because I remember when I asked Peter about this, like, when we first met in 2016, I was like, am I going to get approached? And then you told me that Lincoln Clay was going to approach me. And then in 2 months, and then literally he approached me. I was walking through the forest one day. He was standing right in my pathway. He obviously knew where I was gonna go, and he was right there, and I got to meet Lincoln Clay. And so that's when I really knew that what you were talking about was true, because video game characters, I was actually seeing them in real life. So
yeah, tell me about it.
Give me a second. Did I ever lie to you? Nap.
Nope, not one time. And that's why I've always stood up for you this whole time, Peter. I'm like, dude, Peter has the information. I will never, not say that he isn't telling the truth, and he isn't 1000% legit.
Yep.
Yeah, this is
Peter's
how it is.
The most legitimate out there, as far as we've got extremely fringe information, but you can validate it. It's crazy. Like, it's hard to wrap your head around when he tells you before it's going to happen. But
I will tell you something, Jessica. Do you remember? I mean, that was actually only one time you doubted me. Like,
yeah, the world lockdown.
World lockdown. Nah, nobody will get that. See, get it. Masks and on, respirators. Nah, nobody will get that. And yeah, it worked.
Yeah, I met Faith Connors.
Yeah, Faith Connors.
Yeah, and then also Valeria Garza, who's part of the cartels as well.
Yeah, Valeria Garciela. Yeah. You met her.
Yeah, I remember you talking about both those experiences.
Yep.
Yeah, it's real.
Yeah. They're real. In video games. They're in video games, but they're real.
And that is the problem. For so many people, it is unacceptable. It is unacceptable.
But like life is strange, but it's
like, give me a second. This is the main part of the whole story. Life is strange.
Yeah.
Oh, what? I'm just saying, life is strange.
and it's gonna get even stranger. So that's why I know it's good to just have all your shit taken care of and be as balanced as you can be as we're getting through these times right now, because it's getting crazy.
Yep.
I know. It will go even more and more crazier. Oh my God. This is absolutely crazy. My God.
So Elon knows about Project Bluebeam is behind it. Then.
Yeah, that's 100% correct.
Yeah, that makes total sense, because he's launching satellites up there all the time, and they're gonna pull whatever holograph stuff they got on it. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's why they're going to all these other people that to legitimize the ET stuff. They're going to try to craft it in their own way rather than.
Yeah. You nailed it. You called it. Yeah.
So everybody's like, oh, when's disclosure going to happen? It's going to happen when they want it, on their terms, and the people that they decide.
And this is the problem, because once we talked about that, I mean, from their point of view, because it will take few years, and once we talked about that, no one believed us. Am I right?
Mm-hmm.
We are talking about it for what, like 8 years or something like it? Approximately 7. Who the heck knows?
Okay, I have a question though, like the jet crash in Philadelphia, was that a space-based weapon? Was that that was a straight up like?
Yeah, because it's, look, how in the world?
That was an advanced weapon.
Look, how in the world airplane which touched the runway and it just flip around and lose both wings. It's BS. And the investigation team will never get it that it was scalar hit. They will never publish that it was scalar hit made by Monarch. They will never publish that.
Yeah.
Because if it will be even via, let's say, they will blame, okay, American army or, US government, Canadian government. No, because this is like, it is private corporation. And behind those corporations, who the heck knows who is behind, who owns the corporation? We know who is CEO, we know who is CEO. But who the heck in the world knows who owns the corporation actually?
Was the Black Hawk a hologram?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you are right. Yeah, you are right.
I know, right. Because like ever since I discovered the Black Hawk phenomenon, and then I saw that it's a hologram, and it's actually a black triangle that's projecting the hologram.
Give me a second. I know you are right. Yeah.
Because if it shut off the hologram, there would be no hologram, and if it came uncloaked, it would look like a black anti-gravity craft that obviously
I know
weapons on it too, so that they use the weapons to take out that craft, and then they use the Black Hawk to cover it up, the Black Hawk.
Yeah, it is like cover up for cover up. This is next level crap.
And then you got all these people on YouTube and stuff talking about how it's possible for a Black Hawk to do this, and all these people, trying to prove this theory, but they have no idea. They have no idea.
Of course no, it's crap. And we know it is crap, just by the way. We are not stupid.
But yeah, that's I just see it crescendoing into Project Bluebeam, and I've had the dreams where I look up in the sky and I'm like, if you believe in God, right now is the time, because I'm seeing like aliens.
I know what you are trying to say. I absolutely know where you are coming from. Believe me.
So, but I'm not afraid or anything like that, because actually, I just know that that's going to be the time that I've been waiting for, to actually talk about what's going on. And being like,
hey, I know, absolutely, I know.
Because that will be when all this information matters the most. Finally,
I know. Hey, I know that you know.
Is it gonna happen this year?
Yeah, it kind of looks like that.
It feels like that.
Yeah. So I don't know. From my point of view, we are fine for today. What do you think, Jessica? Huh?
Yeah.
We can make another session if you want.
Yeah, no, that was good. I really, really appreciate that. I actually feel like relief, that we got to talk and I got to hear some stuff to fill me in. So I definitely got some relief. So thank you very much.
No problem.
And we'll be publishing this as well.
Yeah. Definitely put it up there.
But
thank you very, very much once again. It was kind of good to talk with you, and till next time. Bye.
Bye, Anthony.
Bye.
Bye, guys. Thank you.
You have been watching Disclosures. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Visit www.acio-official.org and www.readingsbyarael.com to book a private session with Jessica. Feel free to support our work. All links can be found in the description. Thank you, and until next time.